Good day. Here are the stories for the Manila Times for Sunday, March 13, 2022. Vice President Maria Leonor Leni Robredo recorded the biggest drop in net satisfaction rating while two other government officials registered increases in the latter part of 2021, according to a social weather station survey. Senate President Vicente Tito Soto III and Chief Justice Alexander Gesmundo had increased ratings in the survey that was taken from December 12 to 16, 2021 on 1,440 respondents nationwide. Speaker Lord Alan Velasco also recorded a drop in net satisfaction rating. The SWS survey said Robredo had a satisfaction rating of 41% and dissatisfaction rating of 40% for plus one or neutral net rating. 90% of the respondents said they were undecided. The results were a significant drop from her September net satisfaction rating of plus 24, with decreases reported nationwide.
Senator Maria Imelda Josefa Aimee Marcos on Saturday disclosed that her family has been sending messages to President Rodrigo Duterte seeking his help and endorsement for her brother, former Senator Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr.'s presidential bid. During a DWIZ radio interview, Aimee, elder sister, said they need all the endorsement they could get as the May 9, 2022 national election approaches. She said they were praying that the president will help us as President Duterte, chairman of the Partido Demokratiko Pilipino Laban Party or KUWTT wing, still has not decided whom to endorse. She added that they have been sending messages to President Duterte asking for an appointment, probably hoping that a meeting would produce a clearing up of misunderstandings between the Marcos and Duterte families. But the chief executive is busy with other appointments, Senator Marcos said.
Election watchdog National Movement for Free Elections or NAMFREL has raised more concerns which it said the Commission on Elections or COMELEC should address immediately to earn public confidence and to boost the integrity of the upcoming May 9 electoral exercises. NAMFREL said over the week that these concerns were among the issues also raised by election stakeholders during a hearing held earlier this month by the Senate Committee on Electoral Reforms and People's Participation. It cited the still unresolved issue of the reported hacking of COMELEC servers that could compromise the integrity of the coming May 9 elections. NAMFREL stressed that the COMELEC needs to speedily resolve the issue, which may impact on the credibility of the election results and which has the potential of inviting questions on the ability of the poll body to secure the elections. COMELEC spokesman James Jimenez had said that the poll body has conducted an internal investigation and tapped the expertise of the National Bureau of Investigation or NBI despite doubts on the veracity of the alleged hacking. Asked if it was meant to undermine the coming polls, Jimenez said that it was one possible scenario which is being looked into by authorities. But NAMFREL in a statement said that the COMELEC needs to vet the information carefully as the issue raises questions on the integrity of the Automated Election Systems or AES and casts doubt on the Commission's capability to secure the elections. Senate candidate Greco Antonius Belgica will push for the reimposition of the death penalty for all heinous crimes, including corruption, if he wins a Senate seat in the May 9 national elections. Guesting at the Manila Times TV talk show, Derechong Pandanao, Belgica said he would bring a stronger anti-corruption campaign in the Senate and make sure all those being investigated will be in prison and held accountable. The former Presidential Anti-Corruption Commission or PACC chief said there was a need to change the law since existing measures to restrict what authorities can do to hold people involved in illegal drugs and corruption accountable. He said the process of prosecution is not within the power of the PACC, but that can be cured by the law. If he gets elected, Belgica said he wants to legislate laws that will establish a government structure that will address corruption from the national to the local level. He said this would require additional personnel in the judiciary, infrastructure for courts, and the establishment of an anti-corruption police force. Presidential Advisor for Entrepreneurship Jose Maria Joey Concepcion III backed a proposal to place the entire country under Alert Level 0 as the cases of coronavirus disease 2019 or COVID-19 continue to drop. The Philippines currently has 5 alert levels in Metro Manila and 39 other areas are under Alert Level 1, which is the least restrictive and is called the new normal by the Department of Health or DOH. In a statement, Concepcion put forward his suggestions on what would constitute mandates for the private sector under the new proposed category of the Philippines Alert Level System. Presidential candidate Senator Pamphilo Ping Lacson said that should he be elected in the May 9 national elections, his administration would adopt drastic measures against corruption such as deployment of undercover agents posing as applicants to cash extorting government employees. Lacson said that such drastic measures will keep even hard-headed members of the bureaucracy on their toes for fear they would be caught and punished. Vice presidential candidate Davao City Mayor Sara Duterte Carpio has reiterated her loyalty to running mate Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. and rejected calls for her to pair up with another presidential bet. This after Manila Mayor Francisco Isko Morono Dumagoso's network of volunteers joined other groups in forming a coalition backing him and Duterte Carpio in the May 9 national elections. During a chance interview after the Uniteam's grand rally at the Santa Rosa Sports Complex, Duterte Carpio had said she was thankful to those who preferred to vote for her as vice president, but stressed that she was sticking to her partner, Marcos. On Wednesday, the Ikaw Muna Pilipinas, one of the largest volunteer networks for Dumagoso, officially launched Isang Pilipinas, which describes the Manila mayor and Duterte Carpio as best fit to lead the Philippines towards recovery after the COVID-19 pandemic. The camp of presidential candidate Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. accused Manila Mayor Francisco Isko Moreno Dumagoso's party of engaging in negative and hateful campaigning as it sounded off on the unsettled estate taxes of the former senator's family. Lawyer Victor Rodriguez, spokesman for Marcos, made a statement after Acción Democrático chairman Ernest Romel Jr. wrote a letter to Presidential Commission on Good Government or PCGG chairman John Agbayani inquiring if the PCGG and the Bureau of Internal Revenue or BIR had entered into an agreement regarding the 203 billion pesos unpaid estate taxes. In business, the Board of Trustees of the state-run Home Development Mutual Fund or Pag-ibig Fund approved a record high payout for member savings for 2021, announcing a record high value of over 31 billion pesos to be credited straight to member savings accounts. Human Settlements and Urban Development Secretary Eduardo del Rosario, who also heads the Pag-ibig Fund's 11-member Board of Trustees, also announced that the final dividend rates for Pag-ibig regular savings and modified Pag-ibig 2 or MP2 savings have been raised to 5.5% and 6% respectively. Topping sports, the 8th and last PBA's Governor's Cup quarterfinals berth will be at stake in the Sunday's do-or-die encounter between Phoenix and Northport at the Smart Araneta Coliseum. Game time is at 6:30 p.m. as the Fuel Masters and the Batang Pierre duke it out to earn the right to face top seed Magnolia Hotshots, who has a twice to beat in their quarterfinals duel. This is the second time this season for Fuel Masters to figure in a rubber match. In the Philippine Cup, Phoenix faced Barangay Ginebra in a similar do-or-die game for the last playoff berth, and the Gin Kings went on to advance to the quarterfinals. Our front page columnist is Marlon Ronquillo. He tackles on Fortress Russia not being lost on opposition to a candidate. Today's editorial believes the images of the war in Ukraine should humble hawks across the world. Read a full version on the paper's opinion section or listen to the voice of the Times. For more news and information, get a copy of the Manila Times on print, subscribe to its digital edition, or log on to www.manilatimes.net. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram and keep up with the Times. For the Manila Times, this is Paulo Dimapi.